3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
Has this at the 6. Returns looking good so far. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Colts ready to take the field. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone, but through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Here we go.
Now a give left side. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Ready now for our second quarter. The Colts have the football. They have second and pretty long here. First throw for the backup now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Here we go, set.
Back to throw now. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away. Couldn't connect, and now they're stuck facing fourth down. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So that brings up 4th and long. They're going for this. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in. And a surprising. Colts pick up the win in this one. And they're off to a good start.
That's how I be happening. Just for all my not abandoned. For my ladies on stage, they clapping. Transaction, cause your mama need a mansion. Get cracked, put them in it. Can't forget the yellow brother in. Shed so many tears, lost 100 friends. Every time I see them, I'ma need that. Believe that. Label tryna give me feedback, tell me bring the streets back. Fans said they want 2015 Vince. Drop big fish, cuz been weak since. Damn, tell me how you really feel. Yeah. All I wanted was a couple mil. Make the city proud, put it down for them, come and tear it down. What are you about? In the ghetto, I'm a Martian, crash landing. In the dirty apartments, stay silent. I'll forever be the hardest, big time. Like the New Orleans, real shine. Like the women know ya. City in the ghetto, I'm a soldier. Where they at? Where they at? Money growing on trees, hanging on palm, spilling cold 304. She don't want a 16 renegade on a make it. Buy a tree, no love. I'm asleep with my Porsche 911, slide through the section. Gotta show my homies I'm on now. Both souls on the ground, never sold out. What you know about this? No glitz and glamour. Under my polo pajamas, face getting ran, gotta watch for the camera. Before you get freaky, can't with no random. The sneaky, if police come action, then you never see me. The ghetto will trap you, but I love it. Yeah, I love it. In the ghetto, I'm a Martian, crash landing. In the dirty apartments, stay silent. I'll forever be the hardest, big time. Like the New Orleans, real shine. Like the women know ya. City in the ghetto, I'm a soldier. Where they at?
all we need. Nobody else but God. That's all we need. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody else is sour. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, family, turn your back on you, everything. You know what I'm talking about? But you know one thing, you got a soldier like me. I'm gonna stay solid, baby, to the bone, bro. So you know me. You understand what I'm saying? Off the top. Yeah.
I don't need your flowers, I'm living. First time I seen $1 million, I squinted. Bro gave me a pack to help me hustle. Came a long way from the project buildings. That's where Granny went when she left Louisiana, trying to dodge Jim Crow. But you can't escape the master stained glass windows. Got my vision from the past. I'm probably finna go to hell, but it don't matter, seeing heaven on earth. Nah, I could've been up on the shirt. If I ain't get my together, go to work. I've been hitting the licks since flip verse first. Riding like witchcraft, finding beauty in the darkness like Rembrandt. Everybody gang till it get bad. Do you hear me? The ghetto was a mismatch. You ain't never finna win that, nah. In the ghetto, I'm a Martian, crash landing. In the dirty apartments, stay side. I'll forever be the hardest, big time. Like New Orleans, real shine. Like Magnolia, yeah. City in the ghetto, I'm a soldier. Where they at? Where they at? In the ghetto, I'm a Martian, crash landing. In the dirty apartments, stay side. I'll forever be the hardest, big time. Like New Orleans, real shine. Like Magnolia, yeah. City in the ghetto, I'm a soldier. Where they at? Where they at?
Hey, it's Paul. I was listening to the album. Good luck. You're on your own.
Guess who's back? Back again. She's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
Well, look what the stork brung. Little baby devil with the forked tongue. And it's sticking out, yeah, like a sore thumb. With a forehead that it grew horns from. Still a white jerk. Pulling up in a Chrysler to the cipher with the in a light shirt. Lyrical technician, an electrician. Y'all light work. And I don't gotta play pretend. It's you, I make believe. And you know I'm here to stay, cause me. If I was to ever take a leave, it would be aspirin to break a fever. If I was to ask for Megan D Stallion, if she would collab with me, would I really have a shot at her feet? I don't know, but I'm glad to be back like
Abracadabra.
And for my last trick,
I'm about to reach in my back, bruh.
like
Abracadabra.
and for my last trick,
Just like that, and I'm back, bruh.
now back in the days of oat me, right around the time I became ate some as a way of coping. Take the case of turned me into smiley face emoji. May not be age appropriate, but I will be an 8-year-old indeed with a participation trophy.
Yes, I have zero doubts that this whole world's bound to turn into some Girl Scouts. That censorship bureau's out.
Set me down. So when I started this verse, it did start off lighthearted at first, but it feels like I'm targeted. Mind-boggling how my profit is skyrocketed. Look what I pocketed. Yeah, it's just like y'all have been like jogging in. I've been running at full speed, and that's why I'm ahead like my noggin. I'm the fight y'all get in when you debate who the best, but I'm white. I step up to that mic, cock it then. Oh my God, attention, chicken out again.
Abracadabra.
And for my last trick,
I'm about to reach in my back, bruh.
like
Abracadabra.
and for my last trick,
Just like that, and I'm back, bruh.
break it down.
Sometimes I wonder what the old me'd say.
If what?
If he could see the way it is today, he'd probably say that everything is gay.
Like happy.
What's my name? What's my name?
So how many little kids still wanna act like me? I'm a bigger than cacti me, and that's why these words sting just like you were being attacked by bees in the coop, leaning back my seat. Open R. Kelly's favorite group, the black guy. In my Air Max 90s, white tees, walking parental advisory. My transgender cat Siamese identifies as black but acts Chinese. Like a hacky sack, I treat the whole world cause I got it at my feet. How can I explain to you that even myself I'm a danger to? I hop on tracks like a kangaroo and say a few things that do to anger you. Dad, if I think that, I'ma say that. Cancel me, what? Okay, that's it.
watching my back, bruh. Like abracadabra. Just like that, and I'm back, bruh.
I came in nothing but them raps, the clothes on my back, them L-dogs, nothing but them blacks. The A, with a black man is debonair. I'm talking about a black man's heaven here. Shorty, we going where the destination is manifested. We learn how to collect reparations and invest it. I went from dressing the coldest to catching the COVID, to blessed with success to promote it, to just
Yeah, buddy, you ready or not? Don't really care if you was or you wasn't, lil' bruh. From now on, I'm calling the shots. I don't really care about your hating, lil' daddy, LeBron. Your mammy's a pity. Anytime I get beside myself, I remind myself from. Think I gotta go through. I don't like therapists, I don't like most. You love me, my go-to. Love a team blind on top like Goku. Just left Noble, back in my dojo. Channel like Aura, got the whole Roku. Been big dog from the Tether Road, told you. Wait, don't even know you. Step right, I'm a long trip. Blink at my VIP. I snack my. Won't break, won't miss. Rich took his check out. We talking start like ball high, pretty face guy like bruh. How do I exist? In the gym every day, I'm gonna miss. So my daddy like, boy, don't blow my assist. I got it. Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one goated. 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 Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one goated. 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 Just don't touch me. You're ugly. Just don't touch me. You're ugly.
Now from the riverfront of the Ohio, sellout crowd has arrived at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. The punter, Jack Fox, handling the kickoffs. And off we go here in Cincinnati. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Here we go.
They'll run it for the first time with Chase Brown. And he'll be brought down at the 32 after a short pickup. Second down and 8.
Gun.
Now a give, but here comes a reverse. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up third down.
Twelve. Behind.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Open man, right side. He's got it. It's a gain of 19 in the air. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
11 empty. Here we go. Behind.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. That's complete. Jermaine Burton. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another first down.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is first down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early first down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike, touchdown, field goal. But either way, I'm coming away with points. They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing.
On one, ready?
Even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
Burrow here on second down. They'll try to hit him with a screen. Good-looking screen play there. A gain of 11 and a first down.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what the week's plan was, and that was to get the quarterback in a rhythm right out of the gate. You got to imagine as the game unfolds, they'll sprinkle in some runs. But so far, it's been a passing game to get this game started, and that last one results in a first down.
That's complete. It's Yosivas. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Gun.
A carry here for Brown. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So third down forthcoming.
Eleven. Here we go. 11, Thomas. Dot.
Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. That is caught. What a job to keep the play alive. Andre Yosivas. Touchdown, Cincinnati. That touchdown, number 11 on the year. Seven 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Here's 1st and 10. On the bootleg, it's Goff. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Third down and 9. From the gun, it's Goff. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And this one will not be returned. Not the best of kicks, as it's going to wind up being touchdown.
Eleven. Here we go. 12. Dot.
A first down throw for Burrow. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Here we go. Dot.
Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
They'll run here with Brown. He did a good job of making one man miss, but could not get away from this defense in the end. It turns into a loss of yardage.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
That's to the right side for Burton. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And that will be incomplete. They could not hook up on what will be the final. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face third down and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. That is caught at the 3. And the Bengals are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the...
And he will dive into the end zone. Chase Brown. Touchdown, Bengals. McPherson, good on the extra point. And the Bengals move out on top, 14-0. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. This taken at the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Set to go now on first and 10.
Now you 3. Horrible.
Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
A second down throw for Goff. Open man, it's Jamison Williams. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
It is third and 10.
11.
Here's Goff. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Battle. And he won't be able to take it all the way in, but that is a great return, and they are set up first and goal.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception, but boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Thomas. Just get set. 11, 11, 11. Back.
Now, Burrow. That is caught side of the end zone. Andre Yosibov. Touchdown, Cincinnati. That his second touchdown of the game. Numbers 11 and 12 on the season. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. Now, on the return, he has lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense. You talk about everything going wrong. A big deficit. All you want is the ball and a chance to get back in the game. And now, Greg, they hand the ball right back to him on this kickoff fumble.
Mike, you know the saying, when it rains, it pours. And right now, it is pouring on this team. They just can't get out of their own way. They lose a fumble here on the kickoff just to make matters worse. This has just been a complete disaster all around for this unit. Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
And he's into the end zone yet again. Andre Yosibov. Touchdown, Bengals. His big game continues. His third touchdown of this one. Numbers 11, 12, and 13 on the year. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30.
At their own 29-yard line.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And he's fighting to get free. A lot of work there for a gain of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. To throw is Goff. Woo! And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. A big one there on 3rd down, good for 26 yards. On 1st down, it's Goff. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to Cincinnati in a moment. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Here's Goff. Throwing left side. Then it's taken in by Williams. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down coming up.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Got his man at the 6. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, first and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
The Lions called their first timeout as the clock will stop at 45 seconds to go until halftime. So push back to the 11-yard line for second and goal.
5. Orange. What's that?
Goff to throw. This one caught at the 4.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Line of scrimmage, the 3. Third and goal.
Right. 2 up.
Now, Goff. That is caught by the tight end. Sam Laporta. Touchdown, Detroit. Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions are able to cut into the deficit. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Here comes the return from a yard or two deep. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
I'm one, ready?
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10.
Gun. Dot.
They go play action for Burrow. This one deep downfield for Chase. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. And that will lead to a second down.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays. And frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them. The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
Down the field, he's got Burton. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go. 11 MT, take.
On first down, Burrow. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. Just 1 second remaining in this first half, and they will kick it away. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Bengals 31, Lions 7.
All right, Coach. Thank you. 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches. That's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. He'll move this one ahead to the 31-yard line. It was Cam Taylor-Britt with the tackle. Second and 7. Once again, it's Gibbs. Gibbs with a first down and more. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
A carry now for Strong. Just a short gain to the 33-yard line. Here's second and 9. Throwing, Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it. Nice job by the defense there, stopping them short on third down. Brings up fourth, but Mike, honestly, I don't think there's much decision to be made. He's got to keep his offense out there. They need to come away with points. Find themselves down multiple scores in this one. They're going to have to maximize these possessions.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on fourth down.
Listen.
They'll go for it. Here's Goff. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Dax Hill. And the Bengals are going to get this back at their own 34-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
First and 10.
Here we go.
Now Brown. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Shot.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Open man, left side, he's got it. 15-yard pickup there. It's a Cincinnati first down.
Really nice job here by the tight end, understanding that if you're not open, get open. And if you are open, stay open. He found a nice void in the zone on the backside of the defense, friendly to the quarterback. Nice pickup.
He lays out and makes a spectacular catch. Burrow finds Chase for a big one. Pickup of 46 yards.
On 2.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal.
11 MT, 11 MT.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Andre Yosevich. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Hold on. Here we go. 17. Turbo.
On 1st and 10, here's Goff. Pass complete, it is St. Brown. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
Ric Flair.
Goff to throw on 1st down. Now, deep shot for Amon-Ra. That is brought in. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
76, tell him. 76. Whoa.
From the gun, it's Goff. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd.
On 4th down, Goff. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
Yeah, in this game, Mike, it's just gotten away from them here in the 3rd quarter. They're pretty much forced every possession. They're going to have to go for it and really press the issue. And I'm not even sure if that's going to be enough to get them back into this one.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
11 mighty.
Throwing is Burrow. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it also gives some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical, and it's a great example why.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Play action now. It's Burrow. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. This one complete to Burton. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
Here we go.
On second down, a run. Well, how about a reverse instead? And they cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Andre Yosibov. Touchdown, Bengals. He is having a performance to remember. That is 5 touchdowns for him in this one game. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. Now an opening past the 30. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Now timeout Cincinnati. That's their second. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On the bootleg, it's Goff. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target. 3rd down coming up.
This is a pass that just needs to be completed, Mike. The opportunity was there. His guy was open. They ran out of room a little bit there on the sideline. Couldn't quite get the ball up and down fast enough and ends up being thrown out of bounds.
And he'll be taken down at the 10-yard line.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with him and take that play away.
So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. That's to Laporta on the tight end screen. They try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. And they're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Truth be told, the tight end probably would have been better off dropping that ball. But let's talk about this corner. Not only diagnosing the play, but being physical enough to bring the big tight end down for a loss.
Hill brought in motion. On second down, Goff. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's in! Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Lions. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Here we go.
On the ground, it's Brown. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
11. Shot.
Now, Burrow. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Jermaine Burton, the intended receiver. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while it seemed like everything the offense did hit, and after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
Downfield, got a man, and he's got it.
Here we go. Shot.
Here's Brown. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
I'm 1, ready? 11. Shot.
Back to throw, Burrow. Now he'll air one out. And that is incomplete.
And in a game where it seems like this quarterback hasn't really done much wrong, that's really his most critical missed throw so far. He's had himself a really good game up until this point, but I think that's one when he goes back and watches the tape, he knows he should have had it.
3rd and 9.
Shot.
Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying, go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's fourth down. To throw is Burrow. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
They'll go play action with Goff. Open man downfield, it's Laporta. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28. Now Goff. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure, and I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
And now the referee, looks like he has gotten word from replay. They're going to stop the game inside the last 2 minutes. All replays emanate from there. Here's Bates for the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions are able to edge a bit closer.
Lions 21.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And not the best of returns. He'll dive to the ground and just give himself up.
At their own 15-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's 1st and 10. Burrow takes a knee, and that ought to just about do.
Here we go. Here we go.